Major 2 in London is officially in the books, and what a time it was. I feel like it was a really revolutionary time for Rocket League and RLCS, and I'll get into it why, but it was a good time to look back and see. It was more unexpected. It was unexpected time where a lot of teams made it far, a lot of teams unexpectedly made it far, a lot of teams unexpectedly made it short. But now, and I will be here to talk about it. My name is Slayer. I love playing Rocket League. I love watching Rocket League. I love giving my opinion on Rocket League. And here I am talking about the Major 2 in London, which finished a couple of days ago. I let it sit a bit. I let it like process a bit through my mind and other people's before making this video. But I am here to talk about it. If you forgot, it was a really fun time. It was a revolutionary time for a lot of teams, and I am here to talk about it. So yeah, I got nothing much more to say. I want to keep this video short. I want to keep this video not too long, because I know I don't like making long videos because I know I don't like watching long videos. So I feel like it would be the same experience for you. But yeah, I got not much more to say. Let's just get into it. Let's start off with the group stage, I guess. The group stage, the Swiss, I feel like it was a self-explanatory. It was a pretty routine Swiss for the most part. We did have some upsets like in the very first match. From the very first match to the last match, it was really fun. There was a lot of good matches, a lot of unexpected matches like the first one, which is Oxygen falling to power. It was if you guys seen my predictions, it was a game where there wasn't I don't really expect Oxygen to fall. I actually had a lot I had Oxygen going far since they came in fourth seed over KC, which is a very disappointment from KC. KC should really be qualifying as they were being labeled one of the, if not the best team in the world a few months ago, and now they're even qualifying for Major 2 and had Worlds in jeopardy, but because of some results they qualified. But yeah, Oxygen should not be falling to power, and this is no way taking anything from power. Power just came out, wanted it more motivated, and they won it 3-1. But yeah, Oxygen didn't even qualify for Swiss after falling to Power, Genji, and Furia. I mean, Genji and Furia, two top teams. It was really hard for Oxygen to fall. And G2 not going 3-0. I thought G2 was gonna go 3-0. I thought G2 was gonna take it very routine, go 3-0 and on to the next round until they met the Falcons. The Falcons had a really good Swiss, an impressive Swiss. People were already counting on this team to win the event, but Hope can only get so far, and this got pretty far. Falcons going 3-0, beating out Space Station, BDS, and G2, three top teams. Obviously they went to game 5 for both Space Station and BDS, so you could just see that they really wanted it more. They're really composed, even though there were no fans. This is not where the nerves should be coming in, because there are no fans. It should actually be motivating you, and this is what happens with the Falcons. 3-0, beating out three top teams, sweeping G2, which I'm actually going to win the tournament, but I'll get to that later. Sweeping G2 3-0 is not easy. I haven't seen G2 be swept and dominated like that as they were during this game. They drop a 9-4 map count. I mean, it's not bad. 3-0, quick and easy, going to the next round. Vitality, same thing. I mean, they got to put up against the Chiefs, so it's basically a free 1-0, and they beat a really like downfalling Genji and really good Furia, so props to them too. But yeah, the Swiss kind of went really routine. Nothing much, nothing much like surprising happened. Apart from OG should really be qualifying. Like, this is a North American representative. They beat out Shopify ability in the tiebreaker in order to get this opportunity. Me personally, I feel I would have felt more comfortable if Shopify would have represented that fourth seed, but it came down to OG beating out teams, losing out to Furia, BDS, and Team Secret. Again, two top teams. Can't really do anything about it, but you shouldn't really be losing to Secret. Secret who lost to Genji, M80 and M8 and BDS. I keep calling him M80, but M80 is a whole different team, so I have to like bring back myself and call him M8. But yeah, OG should really be qualifying. Disappointing Swiss from OG. I didn't expect them to qualify, but I did expect them to have a better showing than they did. They only beating out one match. They only won one game, which is Twisted Minds 3-2, brought up to game 5. So you could tell that match was even difficult for them. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like OG should have qualified, but let's get into the matches. On Sunday, no, what was that? Saturday, playoffs were amazing. Like, every match was really good. Every match was filled with goals. Every match was filled with just overall excitement. The crowd was amazing. We had multiple chants going. There was no clear favorite in the crowd from what I heard. I heard every team getting cheered on, every team getting motivated from these crowds, and just overall the crowd was amazing. Um, the crowd is so good that luckily I broccoli get the opportunity to go in and interact in the crowd during the live stream. Like, we fixed it in both Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, I just feel like the crowd is so well rounded. That's like we have so much opportunity to interact with the crowd on stream and off stream. So props to the crowd. I really like the crowd. I always been a fond of EU crowds. I feel like they always have the most hype. They always have chants going on. Yeah, they're very different from US crowds, which US crowds just are kind of stale, kind of bland. Cause I want to say mainly because EU crowds don't know when they're gonna get a next event in their area, while US crowds are always gonna get events around everywhere. And yeah, I felt the crowd was amazing, but that's all I gotta say about the crowd. Let's actually get to the matches. So we start off the first match. We had Space Station Gaming over losing out to G2 Stride 4-1. I mean, it was a really routine win from G2. I mean, nothing more to say. Space Station, I really felt like Space Station could have a good run. LJ was on the run of his life. They were calling him MVP even before the playoff started, and I totally agree with that. I feel like LJ was contender for MVP if he would have gone farther. But obviously, beast mode exists. So yeah, LJ, really good player. I feel like if if um if this team can build more around LJ, I feel like this team could really flourish, and it has been flourishing since I want to see the second split. First split they didn't really do a lot, didn't really have a lot of going for them, but the second split they have really improved. But I want to say they improved a bit too late, to where like it's kind of a lost hope for Worlds. I'm not even sure to qualify for Worlds, but I feel like they got good too late. But better late than never. They were looking really good in the qualifier until they got paired up with G2. I think they're 0-8 in G2. I don't think they've ever beaten G2 in any game this or any series this season. But I just feel like Space Station Gaming is just a well-rounded team overall. I feel like every player can take like legit that main character role and just pop off anytime. But people always be talking about LJ. Well, Hawks and Chicago are still two really solid players. I feel like this team is built for really good things, but I mean, it's just really unlucky that they kind of got paired up with G2. And same thing with G2. G2 are just looking unstoppable. This may sound like a glaze fest, but G2 are looking unstoppable. Beast mode was in contention for being MVP at that time. It was either LJ or Beast mode or Clears, but I can tell later. But G2, well-rounded team. This team can legit come in and do work. Like, it doesn't matter how many goals they get scored on. They probably get scored on every game, but they just score more goals. Like that's how the offense is. The duo of Daniel and Beast Mode, that chemistry is just unbreakable. I feel like both of them are really like, they know how to play off each other. They know how to pass to each other really well. And that's what we did see. We did see some of the series. But Beast Mode, that attacking threat that G2 just need, and he's there. He always appears. And G2 are also they're a team where anyone can take the main character role. We saw Atomic do it a few qualifiers ago. We always see Beast Mode and Daniel do it. So anyone can take this role, and it just looks like these three players can legit just play how they want, just play play with freedom. They are not restricted to anything. And I assume the comms are sounding immaculate. In fact, these guys are genuinely best friends. I mean, Beast Mode and Beast Mode and Daniel coming in from version 1. They did come off a Gamers 8 win, I'm pretty sure, in Saudi Arabia. And I feel like Atomic has been there for a while now. He was there for a while, and he was really good. And he just keeps showing out for G2. For me, G2 unstoppable. Consistency is out through the roof for them. And I feel like this was just a inevitable waiting for it to happen. G2 beating Space Station Gaming. That was the most fame. Both really good teams, but it just really sucks that SSG didn't get a different competition. They got stuck with G2, but that's how seeding plays. If G2 would have gone 3-0, this wouldn't have happened, but G2 dropped that game to Falcons. But both really good sides, both SSG really good potential that they have. LJ is looking really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked up by another org, like a bigger, quote unquote bigger org, like G2 even, or Genji when everything's done, or it could be international. But I feel like LJ is destined for greatness. I feel like I really like LJ. I really like LJ. All right, for the second game of the day, we had Falcons and Genji, and I don't know. I just got a hunch at this that I knew Falcons was gonna win this. Falcons are looking were looking immaculate. Like when I tell you, people had them winning the tournament, but like it's something you could say, but you can't believe when you actually see it. Falcons absolutely dominated Gen G. And this is a falling Gen G. So Falcons just took advantage of this. Gen G only scored 4 goals in the series. 4 goals in what was 5 games. 4 goals in 5 games. Not even averaging a goal a game. While Falcons absolutely just destroyed them. I'm pretty sure how many goals is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goals. 9 goals in 4 matches. You know how insane that is? Pulling them out to 0 3 times. Gen G is on a fall off, and I will stick by this, and I will keep saying this until the dawn of time. Gen G will not be able to accomplish anything as long as Chrome is standing behind them. I have no idea why they dropped Illusion. Illusion wasn't the problem. Illusion won them a major and won them a qualifier. Qualified them for Worlds, and they just dropped him for no apparent reason. We still haven't gotten the explanation yet. Everyone here just looks uncomfortable. Everyone here just doesn't look like they've been playing well. First killer, the guy switches cards. I'm pretty sure he switches cards consistently. Can't find a card that suits him, and he knows what he's capable of. Everyone knows first killer can just take over a game and score a bunch of goals because he just had that attacking threat that he was on phase and rogue, but he just can't find it here. He can't find any plays where he can just take over the game and score a bunch of goals as well. I don't know what's up with this Gen G, and I will stand by it as long as Chrome is standing behind there. Gen G is not really accomplishing anything. I really like Lucian. I feel like Lucian had a system for all these players, and they just it worked. This system worked. It won them a major, but now we feel like Gen G isn't even scary anymore. Like we had this the debate whether it's G2 Gen G. Now it's not even a debate anymore because like Gen G are losing out to competition they shouldn't really be losing to. They should be sweeping that competition, but I want it's kind of sad that Gen G it's fallen off that much. As someone say, as soon as they dropped Lucian, it kind of all fell off. It kind of broke apart. I don't know. I feel like Lucian was that glue that held this team together and actually made this team work. But it can't go well for Gen G, and I don't know what's gonna happen with Gen G. I don't know if I wouldn't have signed Chrome in the first place. There's a reason why he got dropped from Space Station and Phase, but you already know first killer. He's the CEO at this point, so the guy doesn't want him. He's gone. On the other side, Falcons, dude. Falcons are looking, dude. No one expected this. Even though we were saying win the tournament, you can win the tournament. Again, it's one thing to say, it's nothing to actually see. To see the Falcons dominate Gen G like this is absolutely mind blowing. And before the playoffs even started, we were talking Clears. Clears was playing really well. Clears was playing really well in the Swiss. The guy was playing out of his mind. Like we were calling MVP, and he showed out. I mean, everyone showed out. The Twins, TRK, like everyone showed out here, and it's just really impressive what Falcons has been doing from sweeping G2 to beating BDS to beating Space Station now to beating Space Station. I want to say Falcons probably had the toughest run in the tournament. They had to face all the teams that Team Falcons had to face are like major contentions. Like everyone there is like a really good team. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Falcons looked amazing. Falcons looked immaculate. Falcons looked out of their mind, and everyone was calling Falcons win the tournament. But to see it in action, to see Clears take over a series, to see TRK, to see Roas actually play how they play is absolutely mind blowing. It's all because of that posture. I forgot which. I think it's Roas. I think Roas has that posture, killer posture. But yeah, Falcons, amazing game. I don't know what's wrong with Gen G, and this is a really bad time for Gen G to be playing like this because World is legit right around the corner. We're not gonna have another set of qualifiers. It's straight to Worlds, and if Gen G keep playing like this, they're not really doing much at Worlds. They're not looking like an attacking threat. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. Falcons, really good team. Gen G, don't know what's wrong. I think it's Illusion, but dropping Illusion for absolutely no reason, but it is what it is. We move on though. And for the last match, third match, we had M8 Gentlemates beating out BDS 4-0 in our first sweep. What happened? Like, what genuinely happened? Like, I don't know what happened with BDS. BDS had a goal. BDS had a goal to a round 5, beating out Team Secret to even qualify for the playoffs. They both lost to Falcons, understandably, and M8, understandably too. But I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, this isn't the same BDS that we were watching a few months ago, where they were looking good. Now they just got absolutely slammed, packed, flight back to Europe, even though they are in Europe, by Gentlemates. Like, BDS scored 3 goals in 4 games. They got held to 1 goal every game. Like, while M8 legit had what was that 8, 10, 18 goals, 18 goals in 4 games. Gentlemates were actually looking fucking good. And again, remember, this team is made from scraps. This team is made from players who were dropped and counted out. Came it together, got picked up by New York, and look what they're doing. They won Major 1 in Copenhagen. Now they're dominating BDS in Major 2. World Championship BDS. Not even tonight, like 2 years ago, BDS were world champions. BDS were looking like on top of the world, best team in the game. And now they're getting slapped by Gentlemates? Like, this is kind of unacceptable for BDS. Legit, you can see in the player camps, they just want the series to be over. Monkey Moon was lost. This isn't even open goals anymore. This is just Monkey Moon being lost. Drawley was lost. Exotic was like, everyone as a team. I don't know about individual performances, but as a team, this team looked lost. This team does not look like they wanted to even be there. But we know the potential that these guys have, so why didn't they show it? Like, again, Juicy got dropped, Itachi got dropped. There's a bug right here. Juicy got dropped, Itachi got dropped, and Seiko got dropped on their necks. And now they pick up an org, win a major, and now they're beating out BDS like it's nothing. But yeah, this team really, really is really composed team. Gentlemates know what they're doing. Gentlemates know how to play the game. Obviously, Gentlemates are always in title contention of any title that they participate in any tournament, whether it's major or whether it's world. They have a chance to win worlds too, but it's kind of disappointing for Team BDS to come out like this. I didn't expect them to come out really slow. I was flabbergasted. I was like, this is not the same BDS I was watching a while ago. Beating out KC and contending for qualifiers, but this team, I genuinely don't know what happened with BDS. I don't know, but I mean, it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it now. Now you have to go back to the drawing board. I wouldn't drop anyone from this team. I would keep it out as it is. I feel like it was just a mentality game, and I feel like Gentlemates just had a better mentality and scored more goals. But yeah, not much more I'm gonna say. This Gentlemates team was looking really good. It looks like legit everyone there did the job and everything. And for the final match we had on Saturday, we had Vitality versus Furia, in which Furia took over 4-1. I knew Furia was gonna win this, but I just really wanted a really good game, and Furia delivered. This game was everything in the package. I want to say this was the best game of the quarterfinals. I feel like Furia. I mean, people expected more from Vitality, considering they were the first seed, beating out Furia already 3-1, and Furia coming in as the eighth seed, losing to Space Station and Vitality, but beating out OG and Oxygen, two teams that weren't really high rated in this qualifier, and beating out Gentlemates, but it was only 1 game compared to the 2 games where they kind of had easier competition and losing out to the bigger competition. So people didn't expect Furia to come in this to beat them. But again, Yans was playing a good game and Jorfinho was playing an amazing game. People are always looking at Yans is our savior. Yans is the god of Brazil when it comes to Rocket League. But Jorfinho popped out and took the main character role in this series, and that's what I really like. I really like when players like not main character players just take over the game. Like for G2's the Atomic taking over the game, for Furia, Jorfinho taking the game, Gen G probably like Chronic taking over the game. That's what I really like to see from teams where the player that doesn't get the spotlight takes over the game and basically wins it for them. And that's what I feel when I saw Jorfinho driving around the field, always in positions where he needs to be, always attacking the ball, always being there. But I don't even know what happened with Vitality. I don't know what's up with Vitality. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I mean, they just got simply outplayed. They got held to what 5 goals in 5 matches. Well, Furia scored what 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 goals. Scored 11 goals in 5 matches, doubling almost the 2 goals per game, and it was just cinema when it came to Furia. Furia just played really well. Oh my god, this bug is actually annoying. What the fuck? Um, sorry. Anyways, yeah, Furia was playing really well. I really like what I saw from Furia, and I don't know if you saw at the end where uh Jaffinho just started talking the maddest shit. I mean, everyone was talking shit, but like it came down to Jaffinho versus Zen. Zen has a world title. Like, with all due respect to Jaffinho and what he did this series, Zen has a ring. You don't. I think Zen won like a whole region or a whole split. He won all the qualifiers and the major, and then went on to win worlds. So if I was Jaffinho, I wouldn't talk to Zen because that's Zen. That's legit activating Zen's villain arc. Everything's shocked. As I tweeted, everything's shocked. Zen's activating his villain arc. He's winning the night. He's winning worlds. But it was really comedic. It was really funny. It was really like I remember Lost was doing some. Lost was doing something. I think all three of them were doing something. I think Jaffinho was flipping him off. Um Lost was holding up the L, and Gans was waving. So yeah, that was comedic, but surprising from I wouldn't say surprising, but I didn't expect it to be this dominant from Furia. Furia just played out their game. Jaffinho played amazing that series. Jans played amazing, and Lost played amazing. But I do want to highlight what Jaffinho was doing that series. There was something I really enjoyed, even though he is a keyboard and mouse player, which I didn't even know until like a few months ago when he was on crew. I don't know. It's just the way he played. I suspected him of being a keyboard and mouse, but that's impressive. To be a keyboard and mouse player, that's really impressive. But yeah, Jaffinho popped out that series. I really like what I saw. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Now we go on to Saturday. What do we have first match on Saturday? First match on Saturday was the Falcons Gentlemates, and that was the series that opened up the stream. What a series! Like, what a series! Like, there's nothing more I could say. What a series! This was a series where we genuinely did not know who could win. The games kept switching off. No one won 2 matches in a row. Apart from Falcons. Falcons won game 6 and then went on to win game 7. But it was a Gentlemates, Falcons, Gentlemates, Falcons, Falcons, Gentlemates, Falcons, Falcons. So yeah, it was an intense series. One of the greatest series I've ever seen. Up there with the Furia Vitality at Worlds. I'm pretty sure it was at Worlds. Or it was like Furia Moist. The Moist series. I forgot which one it was though at Worlds. But what a series. This was a series where it was legit. Either it was a 1 goal difference or someone just got absolutely slammed. In some matches, it was a 1 goal difference. Other matches, Falcons slammed and legit Gentlemen slammed. But yeah, we had an overtime matches. Both used their timeouts Both used late timeouts, which kind of changed the match. Went out to game 7. Game 7 where Gentlemen even scored first, but then Falcons just made the comeback, and you could just see the hype around the crowd, around the fans, the commentators, the players, the coaches, even like the tech guys were just hyping up this entire series. And this was like, for me, this was like at 9 in the morning, because like they're playing in London obviously, so they just started to stream a little bit earlier for us US guys. It is pretty early in the morning, so I was getting so much dope at like 9 a.m. and it was insane. It was crazy. And Falcons just came out. It legit just like, this was one of the series where we genuinely did not know who could win the series. It could either go Gentlemaids or it could either go Falcons. And Falcons just woke up on the right side of the bed, and they just came out and did their job. You could tell after they won it, Falcons really wanted this, because TRK did make it to a major grand final. I'm pretty sure it was like 2 years ago, and they kept mentioning it on the stream that TRK is looking for his revenge, and we thought that we would get it here. And Falcons just shut out, and Falcons did what they needed to do. Gentlemen also played a really good series. I really like what I saw from Jolly. Jolly was really good. For Falcons, I feel like it's everyone. People are gonna be talking about clears this, clears that, but you do have to take in consideration that there are TRK and there is Roaz. Both players who played a really amazing series and had a good Swiss series as well. But yeah, really, really fun series. It was just filled with excitement, filled with nervousness. The fans are more. It's always like this. The fans are always more nervous than the actual players. So it's just like, it's what I love to see about Rocket League is the fans coming together in one place, all loving the same stuff, all getting hyped about it. Rivalries, chants, signs. Rocket League is infamous for its signs and for like the overall crowd. But yeah, but this is what happens when you bring a crowd to London. When you bring an event to London, these guys or any European crowd, these guys will always be hyped for Rocket League. And I feel like this is what we saw in this series. Either either Falcons got slammed or Genomics got slammed, but it just came out any other day. This could go a different way. Genomics gonna win the series as well. So like this isn't counting out saying Genomics is a bad team. They played really well, but it's just this was Falcons day and Falcons were on a really good form. The crowd was behind them. So yeah, really good series. I really like what I saw from the Falcons, but this isn't just crediting Genomics at all. I think they also had a really good series. And any other day, Genomics gonna take the series as well. Now for the second match, after that amazing legit Hall of Fame match, we go on to G2 Furia, and I mean, this is G2 legit doing what they need to do. Like, this isn't surprising at all. Like, I knew G2 was gonna win this. They took the first two games, and I thought that G2 was gonna win it. Furia did bounce back, winning two matches, both of them 3-1. You kind of got that timeout. We kind of got I can't talk. Timeout buff from both teams. Furia goes 2-0 down, 0-2 down in the series. They take a timeout and take two matches. And then once the two matches end, G2 take their timeout and then they win two matches. So to take the series. But yeah. Furia, they tried their best. Legit, this isn't discrediting. They tried their best. They legit they kind of knew this was a major for Furia if it wasn't for Falcons. I feel like if Falcons didn't exist, I feel like Furia would have gotten more motivated and it would have shown more if it wasn't for Falcons, because I feel like Falcons was taking away the spotlight from them, and they wanted this tournament they wanted to be the dark horse, but came out to be Falcons at this event. And I just think that G2 are just I can't stop repeating myself when it came out to G2. Consistency is insane. Beast Mode, Daniel, Atomic, probably some of the greatest players to ever step on G2. But yeah, really good series. I got nothing much more to say. I mean, there's nothing new about this. G2 beating out Furia. Really, it was a good series, filled with a lot of goals. Furia got held to 6 goals in 6 matches, averaging 1 goal a game. They got held scoreless in 2. G2 scored every game, even though they lost two matches. They scored every game. But yeah, G2 fashion winning, nothing new. Now we get to the grand final. The grand final was a G2 absolutely slammage. Nothing more. I wanted a more competitive G2 game, but it just wasn't meant to be. Falcons gave us false hope winning the first match 2-1. We knew it was going to be a close series, but then G2 just came out. Like, G2 came out, did what they had to do, and they won the major. Like, nothing more. Nothing. I can't really say anything more. Now this makes it what? Was 8 grand finals. In the 8 tournaments we've had this series, G2 has made it to every grand final. We're just waiting for Worlds. And I'm not even going to be surprised if G2 does make it to Worlds finals. I feel like G2 are the most consistent team in the game. And we could tell consistency is probably the most important thing in Rocket League. Take a look at KC. KC were looking like the best team in Major 1. Now they're not even qualifying for Major 2. Like, we were like, consistency is insane, and consistency can kill a team or make a team, and they're making G2. After dropping JNAPS and Chicago, I don't really expect a lot. Look at that. Look at that. You see that? That shit looks 3D printed. Like, please give us a better trophy for Worlds. If it looks anything in resemblance to a tall bar, I'm not watching the series. But yeah, came out slammage, like legit. Beast Mode played amazingly. That's the reason why he got MVP. Yeah, nothing much more to say. G2 won the major, really good series. Falcons tried their best, and I feel like Falcons are going to be back for Worlds, and I feel like they're going to have a better tournament than what they had here. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to win Worlds. You're going to see that in my predictions, but I think G2 are in strong contention to win Worlds, and I might place my money on G2 to win Worlds. But yeah, not much more to say. But yeah. And before I go, I want to talk about the Esports World Cup that got announced for Rocket League. Great idea. I feel like Rocket League is a game. is a really diverse game. It is a diverse enough game to where we can make this happen. Like, as you can see, we had 4 different regions in the semifinals. We had MENA, EU, NA, and SAM. So I feel like this is possible. This is 100% possible. And I feel like this is not, unless you're France or United States, this is not going to be a really dominant World Cup. Anyone can win this. Any region can win this. 16 nations. There are already people like speculating what the teams are going to be. France is going to be looking really good. America is going to be looking really good. You could say Saudi Arabia and Brazil are going to look really good, but I'm really excited for what's to happen for this, and I'm really excited to see what they do with this or how it's going to work, because I know this isn't a fully ran Rocket League tournament. This is more of a FIFA thing. But yeah. That's all I got to say about the World Cup. Really excited for it. 16 nations, really excited for it, but really to see the amount of diverse players come together for this game. But yeah, that's what to say. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Slayer. I love playing Rocket League. I love playing video games in general, but my main game is Rocket League, and I started this YouTube channel by my love for editing. I loved editing, and I didn't want to throw away the content that I made, so I just decided to upload it, and now I'm in this content creation as much as I can. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in a new video. I'll be streaming soon again. But yeah, peace out. Peace.